legitimate question.
He just mad because I'm in downtown on my high rise and they over there. And they
listen. I know exactly where you live at.
He don't look like he's staying on high rise.
He do. He's staying on high rise.
Dusty.
That's his girl shit.
No, he's staying on high rise.
All the money on the rent.
I'm finna show you. I don't want to tell you exactly where it's at because it's like I don't want to do that on live. But I didn't put up in his house multiple times. Put up right there. That's why if you see him, if I say I'm on him, he go hide it. He go inside the house. He go. I swear to God, I'm lying. I'm dying. Now look at if ODM say, "Oh, yeah, I'm finna put the drone up." Like sometimes I just go over there with the drones and shit like that, just to see what's going on.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We gotta talk about this situation with Milk 74 and ODM Slim, man. Their beef reached a new point when this man ODM Slim basically said in a new interview that he flew a drone up to Milk 74's famous ass balcony and try to locate where this man lives, man. We gonna get into this shit right now because it's crazy as fuck. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run up this video. Make sure y'all check out the link in the description for the merch, man. SaySafeWorld.com, man. Let's get it. Yo, man, so I've been on this YouTube shit for a minute, and I'm not gonna lie, the Milk 74 channel was funny as fuck. Bro, that shit has me dead sometimes. But the thing about that shit is obviously it comes with some consequences because the people that he be dissing and making fun of and shit, sometimes they be tweaking and take that shit too far. But honestly, I guess it makes sense because they feel like they have so much pride in the situation and they don't want to be talked about on the internet and crazy shit. So it could really lead to a lot of crazy different situations and shit. You seen like what happened with Adam 22. He kind of went through the same thing when Milk actually pulled up to his spot. Now this type of situation though, honestly, I don't even know how the fuck this dude took the time to even do this shit. But in a new interview, ODM Slim basically said that he's been looking for the fave with Milk for a minute and was like looking and was able to locate his location just based off of what the background of the buildings and shit looked like, and basically flew a drone up to this dude's crib and fucking tried to find where he lived, and he ran inside the kitchen and shit like that to avoid the drone. Honestly, yo, that is a crazy ass situation, yo. I'm gonna tell you for a number of reasons. Number one, I'm kind of iffy in believing that this shit is true because number one, do you realize like how much time that shit would take to fucking find that shit out? The man's balcony doesn't even have like legible buildings and shit like that, so it's like this nigga had to use like geography references and shit like that to try to find where that location is, man. This man went out of his way, spent a whole afternoon to try to find this dude. Yo, that's crazy, honestly. I mean, like with that amount of like ingenuity and persistence, you could definitely do some crazy shit in your life that's positive. I'ma just say that real quick. Number two, I mean, like I've actually flown drones before because I be shooting videos and shit. That shit, if you don't know how to do it, is not easy. And to be able to fly it up at that height is debatable. I'm trying to decide if I even think that shit's true because I've flown drones before, but they most of the time you can take the limit off of it for the max height, but most of the time they have like some type of limit that is not easily taken off to go to the max height, and that shit looks up super high. It definitely looks multiple floors, not no 1, 2, 3 floors up. That shit looks like at least 10 plus floors above the ground. That's number one. Number two, like to be able to fucking fly that shit honestly and be able to go and see that type of height and not crash into the building and shit and fly it all the way around the building when someone's on live and shit, like I really don't know, like it sounds like a crazy ass story, but it just sounds too unbelievable to me, man. Like honestly, I just say this based off of experience of flying a drone, bro. The first drone I had that I fucking flew away in the wind and shit. You feel me? Like if it's windy and you go up there, that shit is a dub. That shit could crash into the building. Like it's like very hard to fucking do that shit unless you get someone that's like an actual drone operator. You can't just like do that shit on some just buy a drone one day and do it. Like maybe you can, but that shit gonna take hours. Like I don't know how he must have bought the drone, fucking waited for the man to get on live, already found the location ahead of time and try to fly it up and try to find exactly where that location is, bro. Like, that shit doesn't make sense to me. On top of the reason why I also don't think that that shit is real is because of the fact that, like, this nigga, I feel like would have made some type of reaction about that shit. He just made a reaction on ODM Slim too, so like, don't you think he would react to that type of shit also? On top of it, also, it's like that shit is just takes mad time, bro. Like, who has that much time to spend? And this guy, I'm pretty sure, isn't ODM Slim, I'm pretty sure, managing that pimp dude that got beat up on fucking No Jumper, like that autistic kid that got beat up by fucking Almighty Suspect. I thought that's who his manager was. So honestly, I don't know how you would have the time to be able to geolocate this nigga's location on top of getting a drone, practicing enough to be able to fly that high without crashing and shit. Man, that's a lot of variables. That's all I'm gonna say. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that shit. You think that shit really happened? You really think that shit happened? Or you think that he's just fucking saying some shit, man? Honestly, I don't really know. It could, but at the same time, I'm skeptical, man. Like, I have reason to be skeptical too, because it's like in personal experience, that shit is not easy unless you get like a really expensive drone. But then this dude just got a really expensive drone just for the sake of doing this. Like, yo, you could spend that much time and money on something way more productive, and that shit will make sense, man. But you know, neither one, I guess, is really in the wrong because they both have beef with each other. And obviously, like, this is the type of shit that goes down when people have beef. But it's just like, honestly, kind of surprising, you know. Honestly, I'm just gonna say that. But real stay safe shit, you already know what's going on. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Peace.